Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is fine at your home. Today, our topic is structure of bacterial cell or structure of bacterium. What is bacterium? See, bacterium is a single word, bacteria is a plural word. Okay, if we take a single cell, we should call bacterium. If we take more cells, we should call bacteria. So what is bacterium? Bacterium is a unicellular prokaryotic microorganism. Unicellular means bacterial cell is made up of only single cell. That is why unicellular. Prokaryotic means inside of the bacterial cell, the main genetic material, that is DNA, is not surrounded by specific nuclear membrane. That is why prokaryotic. Microorganism means this bacterial cell cannot be seen by our naked eyes. It can be seen by only electron microscope. That's why microorganism. So bacterium is a unicellular prokaryotic microorganism. The systematic study of bacteria is known as bacteriology. Bacteriology. The systematic study of bacteria is known as bacteriology. Okay, before to know the structure of bacterial cell, let us see the history of bacteria. Okay, at first in 1673, okay, the scientist Antony von Leeuwenhoek, Antony von Leeuwenhoek discovered bacterial cell. Who discovered at first bacterial cell? This bacterial cell is discovered by the scientist Antony von Leeuwenhoek in 1673. So at first the scientist Antony von Leeuwenhoek conducted investigations or researches on microorganism. That's why Antony von Leeuwenhoek is known as father of microbiology. Father of microbiology. Okay, then the word bacterium. The word bacterium is coined or named by the scientist Ehrenberg. Ehrenberg. Okay, in 1821. The word bacterium is coined or named by the scientist Ehrenberg in 1821. Okay, later the scientist Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. He conducted many researches or many investigation on bacterium, on bacteria in 1850. So here the scientist Louis Pasteur conducted many investigations or researches on the bacterium and developed many techniques of pasteurization and preparation of vaccine. That is why Louis Pasteur is known as father of bacteriology. Bacteriology. Why the Louis Pasteur is known as father of bacteriology? Because Louis Pasteur conducted many researches on the bacterium. That's why Louis Pasteur is known as father of bacteriology. Okay. Later, the scientist Robert Koch. Robert Koch. He proposed germ theory of diseases. Germ theory of diseases in 1870. Later, the scientist Robert Koch proposed germ theory of diseases in 1870. Germ theory of diseases nothing but microorganism causes diseases to plants, animals and human being. Okay, it is the history of bacteria. It is the history of scientists. Now, let us see the ultra microscopic structure of bacterial cell or bacterium. Bacterium. Okay, if we observed bacillus type or rod shaped bacterium under electron microscope, rod shaped bacterium appeared like this. Okay, if you observe rod shaped bacterium under electron microscope, there are many parts appeared. They are glycocalyx, cell wall, cell membrane, pili, sexpili, mesosome, cytoplasm, plasmid, genophore, flagellum, 70S ribosomes, polysomes, etc. Okay, now let us see one by one. So bacterial cell is enclosed or surrounded by a definite cell wall. A definite cell wall. This red color part is what? Cell wall. So this cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan or mucopeptide or murin substances. Okay. In some bacteria, cell wall contain teichoic acid. So on the basis of teichoic acid, bacteria are two types. Gram positive bacteria, gram negative bacteria. What are gram positive bacteria? The bacteria which contain teichoic acid in its cell, those bacteria are known as gram positive bacteria. That means in the cell wall of gram positive bacteria, teichoic acid is present. Second one, what? Gram negative bacteria. What are gram negative bacteria? The bacteria which contain, which do not have teichoic acid in its cell, those bacteria are called gram negative bacteria. That means in the gram negative bacteria, teichoic acid is absent. Okay. Now, so what is the function of the cell wall? Cell wall of bacterium. So here cell wall provides or gives a definite shape to the bacterium and protect this bacterial cell from the toxins. What is the function of the cell wall? Cell wall gives a definite shape to the bacterial cell and protects from the toxins. Okay, it is about what? Cell wall. The next one, what? Glycocalyx. Okay, outside of the cell wall or outside of this red part, another layer is present which is called as glycocalyx. Okay, if glycocalyx is loose, it is called slime layer. If this glycocalyx or this layer is rough and hard, that is called as capsule. Okay, so what is the function of this glycocalyx? Glycocalyx helps in the attachment of bacterial cell to the solid surfaces or to the tissues of organisms. Okay, it is about what? Glycocalyx. Next one, what? Cell membrane or plasma membrane. Below the cell wall or below this red color part, lipoproteinaceous layer is present which is called as cell membrane. Which is called as cell membrane or plasma membrane. Okay, this plasma membrane shows invaginate into the cytoplasm. So this cell membrane or cytoplasm invaginated into the cytoplasm. So this invaginate or this fold is called as mesosome. So this invaginate or this fold is called as mesosome. What is the function of this mesosome? Mesosome helps in the binary fission of bacterium and it increase the absorption of nutrients. What is the function of mesosome? Mesosome helps in the binary fission of bacteria and increase the absorption of nutrients. Okay, it is about what? Mesosomes or mesosome. Okay, next one. Next one what here? Pili or Fimbriae. The singular word is pilus. Plural word is pili. Fimbria is a singular word. Fimbriae is a plural word. So what are pili? What are pili or what are fimbria? Okay. Some gram-negative bacteria contain fiber-like structures. Fiber-like structures. These fiber-like structures are called pili or fimbria. Okay. Generally 1 to 1000. 1 to 1000 pili are present in the gram-negative bacteria. So this pili or fimbria is made up of pilin protein or fimbrillin protein. What is the function of pili? Pilis helps in the attachment of bacterial cell to the solid surface or to the tissues of organisms. Next one what? Sex pilus or sex pili. If you take a single one, we should call sex pilus. If you take more, we should call sex pili. So what are sex pilus or what are sex pili? Okay. So some bacteria have elongated tube-like structures which are called sex pilus or sex pili. What is the function of this sex pili or sex pilus? Sex pili helps in the conjugation by the formation of conjugation tube or this sex pili binding the two conjugates or two bacteria or male and female bacteria to each other during the reproduction time or during the conjugation time. It is about what? Sex pilus. Okay. So pili and sex pili are completed. Okay. Next one what? Cytoplasm. Okay. Inside of the bacterial cell, thick solution is present. This thick solution is called as cytoplasm. Cytoplasm contain genophore, plasmid, 70S ribosomes, polysomes and stored food material. Now let us see one by one. Okay. First one what? Genophore. Okay. In the cytoplasm of bacterial cell, the main genetic material, double-stranded circular DNA is present, which is called as genophore or nucleide or bacterial chromosome. So this main genetic material, that is DNA, is not surrounded by specific nuclear membrane. That's why this cell is called as, bacterial cell is known as prokaryotic cell. Okay. It is about what? Genophore or nucleide. Okay, next one what? Plasmid. In addition to genophore or in addition to the main genetic material, another self-replicated double-stranded circular DNA is present, which is called as plasmid. So this, what is plasmid? In addition to the main genetic material or in addition to genophore, another self-replicated double-stranded circular DNA is present, which is called as plasmid. So plasmid is used as a vector in biotechnology. Again, on the basis of function, plasmids are three types: F plasmids, R plasmids, Col plasmids. First one what? F plasmids. What are F plasmids? Simple. The plasmids which are transferred from one bacterial cell to another bacterial cell during the reproduction or conjugation time, these plasmids are called F plasmids. What are F plasmids? The plasmids which are transferred from one bacterial cell to another bacterial cell during the reproduction time or during the conjugation time. So those plasmids are called F plasmid. Second one what? R plasmids. R plasmids. What are R plasmids? R means what? Resistance. The plasmids which have antibiotic resistance gene, those plasmids are called R plasmids. R means what? Resistant. The plasmids which have antibiotic resistant genes, those plasmids are called R plasmid. And last one, what? Col plasmids. The plasmids which are able to synthesize colicin taxane, those plasmids are called col plasmid. What are col plasmids? The plasmids which are able to synthesize colicin taxane, those plasmids are called what? Col plasmids. Okay, it is about what? Plasmids. Okay, next one what here? Okay, next one, ribosome. Generally unicellular contain many cell organelles such as chloroplast, mitochondria, ribosome, Golgi complex, endoplasm, reticulum, etc. But here bacterial cell contain only one type of cell organelle, that is 70S ribosomes. Here bacterial cell contain only 70S ribosomes. Here 70S ribosomes are also present. 70S ribosomes are present in single or in group. Okay, a group of 70S ribosomes are called polysomes. 70S ribosomes are present in single or in group. Group of ribosomes is called as polysomes. Okay, next one, what? Stored food material. Okay, so in bacterial cell, the stored food materials are food materials are stored in the form of PHB or polyhydroxybutyrate or glycogen or valutine granules. So food materials are stored in the form of polyhydroxybutyrate or glycogen or valutine granules. Okay, so last one here, flagellum or flagella. Most of the bacteria have whip-like structures. These whip-like structures are called flagella. If you take single one, we should call flagellum. If you take more, flagella. Okay, again on the basis of number and distribution of flagella are classified into following types. Okay, again on the basis of number and distribution of flagella on the surface of bacterial cell, flagella are classified into 5 types. They are, first one, Etrichus. Second one, Monotrichus. Third one, Lopotrichus. And fourth one, Amphitrichus. And last one, Peritrichus. Okay, first one Etrichus, second one Monotrichus, third one Lopotrichus, fourth one Amphitrichus, fifth one Peritrichus. So flagellum is, so this flagellum is made up of flagellin protein. If you take transfer section of flagellum doesn't show 9+2 condition. Okay, so on the basis of number and distribution of flagellum on the surface of bacterium, flagella are classified into 5 types. First one, what? Etrichus. A means what? Absent. Trichus means what? Flagellum. Okay, if flagella are absent on the surface of bacterium, that is called Etrichus. Second one, what? Monotrichus. Mono means what? Single or one. If a single flagellum is present on one side of the bacterial cell, that is called as Monotrichus. Next, third one, what? Lopotrichus. If a group of flagella are present on one side of the bacterial cell, that is called Lopotrichus. Next, fourth one, amphi. Amphi means what? Amphi means what? Both sides or either sides. Amphitrichus. If a single flagellum or a group of flagella are present either ends, that means both ends of the bacterial cell, that is called amphitrichus. Amphitrichus means what? A single flagellum or a group of flagella are present both ends, left side and right side, or either both ends of the bacterial cell, that is called as amphitrichus. Last one, what? Peritrichus. Peritrichus means what? If flagella are present on the all over surface of the bacterial cell, that is called as peritrichus. Okay, it is about what? It is about flagella. It is about flagella. Okay, thank you very much.